Hello guys, I'm back. I told you I would be back. Like I went for dinner and a bit of a pause and might be playing another set of few games. Let's see how this goes. There was a huge game before the pause and irrespective of how this game goes eventually, we might look into it. We defeated such a huge Smurf, like it was impressive and you'll see it. So although the elo might seem like it's low elo, don't get fooled by that shit. I defeated one of those big heavyweights, I suppose above 1K and even maybe 2,500, who knows? And it was an account from Peru. Like you might actually check out who it was. I played Byzantines against Mongols, and it was such a difficult game. And the guy was a sore loser. He did not resign by the end of the game. He just kept going and going. It was ugh, typical clown. Opponent is playing with bulls in 4 lakes maps. I suppose they're going to go cavalry. I've seen the boars. Now I'll need to find the lakes. Because if this map is 4 lakes, we are supposed to take advantage of those things. And we got the lake here. That's something. We did play one 4 lakes map like 4 or 5 games ago against like a super Smurf account. Could have been one of those Viper accounts because it was an account from Germany. Absolutely impossible game. No chance at all. Rigged, more rigged than any riggery that you can possibly imagine. But it was like that. Checking out those cows. Where are they? Don't know where they could be. I'll just keep exploring. I was close. I could have lost a cow in the midst of this kind of confusion. And to make lumber camp. Oops. Here we go. We got a bit of idle time, but these things are how they are. Do not change that. Let's explore the rest of the map. Actually, no. We'll, we'll go for those those things here. That worked. Right. Time to close this. Still has one deer. Obviously, I could do some things here. A few things more. This is a tricky thing. Because if I invest in water, I will lose wood. And at the same time, I need that wood to make the palisade walls. We'll do a few of those. The higher score, it's because I'm not exploring that much. Now comes the problem of if we do more structures, they cost wood. Like if we do more fishing ships. I cannot just overdo it. Doing the text is also expensive. I will do the archery range after some time. Plumbing as well. Then we do an archery range. Shooting bills. And doing farms. I think the guy has also decided to wall himself up correctly, in my opinion. He also realizes that I'm closed. Probably doing bulwarks. Just exploring the map. Okay, you're going to get the cow. Attaboy. As if that would make any difference. Thank you for the cows. By the way, we need to do uh, market, blacksmith, those things. Let's do the blacksmith. Should have done this. Oh shit, housed. Housed. In that case, not much I can do. This. It's full, so we have to also prepare for hikes. Keep passing skirms. Might be the way out for this. Hikes and skirms. Fishing ships are helping us. Oof. This is very aggressive, fast cast. 18 minutes already? That's a smurf. The dude knows what he's doing. Well, he trapped me. Couldn't do anything about that. Do this. Let's go up. Let's close. Let's block him. Lost a scout. Good. These balls, guys, don't. Let's not get too overconfident. You'll have many tricks. Knights. My army composition makes sense. And no upgrades. The guy just goes knights, knights, knights. That's good. I kind of predicted that. And soon I will come with more of these. I'll do like camels. I think it's a good strategy. Might be going for the relics. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Impressive. I think he wants to do a tower rush. Oh, no. The castle is done. This is a Smurf. What you're seeing here. What you're seeing here is a Smurf. That's a Smurf. This is a Smurf account, and I don't know what to do. Resign, 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 or resign, resign, resign. What should I do against a Smurf account? Full books. That sounds like a script. The guy is playing by scripts, and I really don't know what's the way to play this. Like, who would know against such aggressiveness? I need to leave for that area. And I'm going to. This guy is just rush, rush, rush. That's the point. Look at this. He already has Rams, dude. Smurf. This guy's a Smurf. Like, I already am. No. Fuck you. Get out. Get out of my sight. I said, out. Smurf cheater. He's a Smurf. Smurf account. And that's bullying because you're smurfing on the ladder. Report it. Report it for bullying. Yellow. You're bullying basically, so coward. Fake yellow. Smurf. You're a Smurf account. Too fast, too quick, too furious, too perfect. Everything is scripted. Get the fuck out of my sight. I don't believe you. That's just another Smurf account. Just because you see an account who boasts um 100 games or 500 games, that doesn't mean you're not facing a Smurf. A Smurf is a Smurf, and it has to be dealt as such. And basically, this is the story of my life in this fucked up game, and I call it fucked up because it is fucked up. Uh, every victory that I need to sweat for like 40 or 50 minutes or 60 minutes against a Smurf who refuses to give up, who is just trolling around and keep trolling around until the maximum of maximum possibilities, or facing a Smurf scumbag who just finishes me hyperspeed because finishing me fast is not enough. It's like it's literally fast food shit. Finishing you in 5 minutes is not enough. So what does he do? He finishes you in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And then finishing you in 3 minutes and 40 seconds is not enough. So the next aim is to finish you in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It's a race to the bottom. It's a race to the bottom. These guys are shit. And I commend everybody to just publicly denounce these Smurfs. Normally 2K players or above who are just trolling on you, preying on you, and just humiliating and bullying players. And the guy just refused to acknowledge that he was a Smurf. But I caught him. I tell him, "You're a Smurf. Get the fuck out of my sight." And I refuse to play when I see a dude like that. Like, I'm giving a very strong message. This is not a dude. It's difficult to find a name, so I need to go back. Frankly, I just wrote the name and I just used the name that he used. What the heck is this? Well, I will go in AV2 Insights. Then with my profile, I will find the piece of shit that was smurfing on me. You can see perfectly well that I've been massively smurfed on the course of this next 2 days. So since game 882, 10 games with imposed losses in a row. And every time you see that, it's because there were smurfs. Every time I get a win against a smurf, that rare win, it takes me 71 minutes. But every time I get steamrolled by a scumbag like a smurf, it's always this. And to prove that this guy was smurfing, because some of you just refused to face the evidence, and I'm going to give you the evidence, is this. This guy was inactive 2 days, and only when I come online, by some magic miracle, I'm the first person who he manages to fight, and he finishes me in less than 30 minutes. Hyper speed. You call this not a smurf? So I would call this, I will put this here, smurf scum. So this is already first scum. First scum detected, smurf. And this is the player that you're seeing. And I put you the link. It's a smurf guaranteed because by activity you see that first this player is an arena civ picker. He always picks arena, so hyperspeed, fast, and finishing fast, which is the thing that smurfs typically do. They don't want to give you any time. You also see that he has been inactive, and he just became active when playing with me the first time today. It is your first game, and you managed to be peak perfection in less than 29 minutes without playing. Are you kidding me? With no warm-ups, and you managed to do everything by the perfection of the book? Piece of shit, that's a smurf. Every time I find a piece of shit like this, I'm going to put it here on chat. Every single time. And we're going to have a smurf video. I'm definitely going to be more careful this time regarding my Twitch windows and not. And the thing is, if you don't let me have fair games, if the aim for some of you is to make sure that I get the most unfair games possible in an attempt to bully and humiliate me, I will fight back and I will put my games out there so that you see that I am the one who has not been getting fair games because the matchmaking system is rigged. Because some dudes are getting too easy games and people like me are getting the most impossible games. The reason, we want to know the reason. Because you want to artificially dictate who is good and who is bad. It's a bit like a popularity contest. It's like when you're hiring people in a company where there is no fair procedures. Because you want to rig the hiring process so that certain candidates pass and other candidates, no matter what their qualifications have, do not pass. You do the same thing here with the matchmaking system. And I will goddamn talk about that. Because for me, it's not Urielo. I care more about the fairness of the game. And when I see a 2K guy here pretending to not be a 2K, pretending to be a 1 elo dude, I'm going to talk about it. This is sickening content, but it is the content you give me. And according to the content you give me, I will also, uh, act in accordance. You want to shit over me, I will shit back with interests. This is how it works here. You don't like shit? Well, who told you to shit on others? The very same people who don't have any opinion regarding smurfing, who told you to turn a blind eye, to pretend that there are no smurfs in the game, or to not even talk about the issue? I just busted one. And you see that I instantly alt F4 the game where I see that there is a smurf. My impression was the guy was too quick. If you're too quick, you're a candidate for a smurf. It's not enough, but I proved it within this game. I did prove it. Castle Drop, Siege, everything was too by the book, too perfect. I could not even react. This was a spreadsheet. The guy memorized that billions of times, and I'm just another dude who used that. The difference is that unlike all other previous dudes, which he smurfs and cowardly steals his elo points, this time I denounced him and I exposed him, and I will expose every single smurf account in this game. How many good people have been just tossed away because you allow the top elo players to shit on everybody else? I think too many. So this is the kind of thing I propose for the community to stop supporting players who are smurfing, who are cheating, who are bullying others, who are playing this game to get their adrenaline dope out of bullying others. These are shits. These are human excrements. And I think we as community, we as people have the obligation to stand against those repulsive behaviors. You don't, if you don't like bullying at school or at home or at work, then why would you tolerate it here? Oh wait, perhaps you do tolerate or you like bullying at school. The same individuals who bully here are the same individuals who bully at home, school, work, whatever, right? Then they're pieces of shit. They should not be have they should not have their place online. I'm sorry, I think that coming online should be like having a driving license. You're responsible for what kind of things you're doing. If you're trying to criticize me, like I will criticize every single bit when I see behaviors where people are trying to take advantage and abusing others and bullying others. I have no problems in standing against that. But if you come here like with the aim of just creating a degenerate space where the worse the better, I will fight. I'll fight you. Like I don't give a shit about your game skills or if you're smurfing to if you're coming to my elos or to either humiliate me to humiliate other players because you normalize this idea that uh, to stampede players with much lower skills than you is okay. I think you should be out of the game. And I don't care how good your skill is. You're shit. Now this is a very tough stream. Those who probably come to see here, you think that I condition my stream by views. I don't have here sects. I don't have here little clubs or little groups of frenzy who comes here to support me. I do this on my own. I don't have a super structure telling, hey, now you should do this. Now you should. I don't need that. I really am an independent conscience thing here. And where I see a Smurf, I'll bust him. I just detected one, so he's busted. Let's continue. I guarantee we'll bust one Smurf each game. And then we'll do like a video. For each session that you fuck my games, and some of you come here just to fuck my games, or they don't mind to fuck other games, and I speak with this crude language because this is exactly the kind of people we're dealing with. I think we have to deal appropriately. I mean, we should stop sugarcoating this idea that internet is a normal place where gamers come around. No, sane gamers or sane people who game, they come here, they play their games, they respect, they give chances, they don't abuse others. But if you come here to smurf, to rig the game, to bully others, to humiliate, to trigger reactions, to try to provoke players so that you try to point, see, he was insulting me after all. If you provoke others with your smurfing attitudes, I think you deserve to be banned in your main account. So let's continue to play and bust smurfs. That's the only enjoyment I get out of this particular game. I refuse, like, if I see something like Castle Age minute 14, Castle Age minute 13, Castle Age minute 17, and you instantly come with that castle drop scenario, you're Smurf. You're guaranteed Smurf. Now, you might say that some players feel comfortable with that kind of strategy. What kind of players? Smurf players? Sure, be my guest. Um, I'm going to also ban this piece of shit here on DOE2 Insights. From DOE2 Insights, I'll just copy paste his name, the name of this shitbag, which I was forcefully matchmaked with because there's nobody else. I only have to fight 2Q guys, 2K guys or 2K guys, and I'll report him as well for cheating because it's a Smurf account. It's bullying and cheating. Bullying because obviously you're denying players with much lower skills than you the possibility to progress on the ladder, and you're using the game as a means to bully and harass them. And second, because it's cheating because obviously in doing so you're disrupting the ladder system knowingly. You cannot claim innocence. You cannot claim you don't know what you're doing. You know perfectly well, and you're the scourge and the cancer of internet. These Smurfs, and I will keep like this is the first. We'll probably have if I play like 20 games, we'll find 20 Smurfs or 19 Smurfs out of 20. And the reason I do this is so that you understand that some action must be taken against Smurf accounts, not just in tournaments, but outside of tournaments, permanently in this game, permanently. And it's just what it is. It's a matter of fairness and dignity towards other players. Because if the fairness and dignity of top elo players is above the fairness and dignity of non-top elo players, or if dignity and fairness is only a measure of where you are in the ranking system, then we better all revolt and we better all make a violent revolution, so to speak. I don't mind that all hell crumbles. I don't mind that all hell breaks loose if that's the situation. I would rather have full war than peace in such conditions. So, this is how it works with me. We are not going to solve this issue of the game while Smurfs are allowed. And while they're not allowed, I'll be publishing each single time the Smurf videos, the Smurf posts. And I'll be watching situations of abuse of Smurf accounts, and protectors, Smurf accounts, comments, Smurf accounts endorsing. I'll take them out. I'm not stupid. I know we are in the age of bots, the bots and individuals who like have like, for example, I don't know how many accounts and social medias to comment on the same thing. They just change the name and they just comment and keep saying the same thing. So I will be making sure that we get the same kinds of comments. Some might call it, oh, that's censorship. No, that's just watching out because I know that people abuse the system of comments and they just set it to try to create a wave of influence. So I'll be watching that. You don't shit on my house without me noticing it. I will notice. So there you have it. First piece of shit has been busted. And, it'll come in this video. They don't feel shame because they're human excrements, as I keep saying. And I'm entitled to say that because they are denying fair games to other people. It's only legitimate defense, self-defense. When somebody is dictating the outcome of a game before the game starts in order to make you lose systematically, that's a Smurf. Okay, an Argentinian Smurf, probably another one, Uruguayan Smurf. I will be looking. You better not be a Smurf. Oh, oh, it's a Smurf. Oh, I will do Alt F4 and ban you. Oh, so bad. And I got the name. So this one, I'm very proud when I detect these individuals, and I really thank AOE2 Insights for allowing me to check that I was being matched with a match fixer, a cheater, as I call it. And this is his profile. I will show you just in a minute. So first, the name of the Smurf account, and this is a Smurf dodge situation. When a Smurf is dodged, it means that I looked at him in the matchmaking system. I figured that something was not right amongst the information that was provided to me, like upon a very quick analysis, and I realized that it's a Smurf account. And I'm going to just put you onto the page so that you can understand what's going on. This is the account of the player I was going to be matchmaked with. Because it's like 50 seconds, accept game, and no, you have to know what you're fighting. Because if I'm fighting a 3K player, we're going to have problems. And that's exactly what I've been facing most of the times. You can see here, by quickly analyzing, that this profile is already a complete suspicious. First, you see a rating that is not very high, and the all-time high is not above 1059. Like, second, you see all these awards, and especially if you focus with a special degree of attention, you realize that there's a level 3 award. And anybody who is playing this game knows that a level 3 award is more than just level 1, level 2, or level 3. It means that something quite exceptional and difficult to obtain. And so you already start to realize that so many contradictions are piling up in this human dirtbag. He's already displaying traits that the normal players in this condition who are not faking their elo would not. And now let's continue to look. What kind of level 3 achievement is this? Guys, I make all these questions because a lot of you are hypocrites who refuse to look at facts. You live in sand, right? You're like ostriches. The more you bury, the more you need to bury yourselves, right? With shit. But I will show you here, like it's plain obvious. The facts are here. The guy has a level 3 award, which is named the accountant. And if you look at it more carefully, there's another number which is 30 times achieved. What kind of dude with ELO 900 something in his real ELO, whose maximum ELO is 1050, achieves 30 times a level 3 award? The Smurf. So where are those players who keep saying that I I failed to identify a Smurf? Where are those players who say that this is not a Smurf? Where are they? hiding their heads in the sand, of course. I know that. This is the game that gave him the awards, but I'm not interested in that kind of clownery. I'm just interested to know how many people have this. Now, this is insane. This kind of micro award for the accountant that that player had, that human excrement had, it means is only held by 0.3% of players. And you're telling to me that I'm getting fair matches when I'm playing against the top, maybe top 5 or top 10 or top, I don't know, 100, 200 ELO players in this game who've been playing this game since 6 or 7 years old the whole day and that did nothing else in life. You call this a fair game? If my opponent is this, come on. Out of all opponents who are queuing on the ladder system, I only get the greatest monsters. Tell me that this guy is not a Smurf. Tell me. Let's read what this accountant award tells you. Awarded to those who prioritize economic efficiency above all else. Players with high eco attention span ensure villagers are always working optimally, resources well managed, and production is uninterrupted. If this guy has everything to peak perfection, it's a Smurf. And if you're paying attention, not just here on the fact that only 0.3% of players, which is less than one player in 100, and it's barely like one player in 1,000, 3 players in 1,000, right? You can see the amount of skill and balance that is taking place. And you tell me that on 900 elo, I'm forced to match against these clowns. This is exactly why I don't trust the matchmaking system. And whoever says that the games are fair, they're not fair. They're everything but fair. And in fact, the people on the lower elos get the hardest games ever. That's exactly what's going on in this game. It's scary. It's scary, in my opinion, that like you get the worst kind of opponents, the most impossible opponents here. If I would have played this game, I would just have been steamrolled. Do you like to play games where the outcome is decided before you even play the game? I don't think so. In normal conditions, I don't think so. Maybe if the game is rigged and you're paid, but I'm not interested. So that already proves that I was facing a cheater. It's very important to look at all the like the web of lies that these Smurfs accounts have to unmask each and every of them, and so we understand why the community has drifted so far away from its main principles, why the game has degenerated terribly since the past 3 years. And this is one of the things to look at. And if you tell to me that these things should only matter in tournaments, you're being a hypocrite yourself because you have a double standard of Smurf damage in tournaments versus Smurf damage away from tournaments. Because you know perfectly well that the people who get qualified for tournaments are based on scores like Hilo before the tournaments, and if so Smurfs are allowed, they will disrupt the selection process of the players who get to access to the competition. This is a problem. Where there is no fairness, there is no game at all. I mean, this is really troubling that you see these kinds of things. I was happy that we busted this one, and I think this one deserved some attention because of that. So Smurf number 2 detected, and this one was not through play. This one was avoided by quick analysis of AV2 insights. Let's go for the next one. We already have two. So who knows? We might be playing like 7, 8 games, and we might find 10 Smurfs between dodges and all those things. I'm going to restart the system. And I tell you, dude, since you cancel my right to have fair games, and I know it has been canceled a long time ago, um, it is my duty to just expose the shit that you forced me to be placed against. I've never consented in that, you know? I want to play a fair game. I want to make sure that I can either understand, learn the game, and grow at my own pace. And if I face the top champions each single time I queue in the ladder system using fake accounts, I think that should be a disqualifying factor for these players. Now this is important. Um, I just leave this video for later. This time I'm paying attention to how things go. You know, this is kind of important. We also are going to ban this piece of shit, which we dodged. We avoided a game that would be immensely rigged, and I think that it's important that these accounts are taken out because you're smurfing. And I placed them here so that you watched it. I'm in fact enforcing this, that I make those complaints. I don't have problems in hiding those, in showing those complaints because I'm transparent. I don't have Smurf accounts to hide. I don't have family sharing accounts to hide. Like some of you are just like, you think that if you push a lie 10,000 times, your lie becomes more truth and less deceitful? Like, don't you realize that each time you try to sell the lie that a Smurf account is not a Smurf account, don't you think that it becomes more worn out and it creates like anger and rage amongst the community of honest players? Think about it and think about your actions. Oh wait, maybe you don't give a shit. Well, if you don't give a shit, then I guess you probably don't believe in gravity, right? The earth is not round, the earth is flat, and all those shits. Yeah, okay. Keep going. Keep going. I'll keep just busting Smurfs one at a time. And right now, you might think that, oh, but you can't change things. The first day where we start to have mass bans of Smurf accounts, there's going to be like a game changer in this particular game. Because it is not just an acknowledgement that the things change for the future. It is an acknowledgement that all that was done before was so wrong. And I tell you, it's coming. This pressure is coming out. Let's check this player. We have to be fast, right? Because if we don't press our buttons fast, we're going to be like easily deceived, kind of. All this process I have to check in less than 20 seconds. So you can understand how difficult it is to go here, AV2 insights, try to figure out quickly. And the guy here, unfortunately, is not that simple to find out, so we'll have to play the game. He's active. He's active, I guess. So let's play against him. I will just also take away this screen out so you can see what goes on. And remember, after you've been smurfed, the next game's outcomes becomes like difficult. You lose interest, you start to become demotivated because um, you realize that it was impossible to play against a smurf. there's like a punitive effect. You lose interest. And here our purpose is not to play by ELO because I tell you, the ELO system is completely clowned, disrupted, and fake. The hardest games are fought in the ELOs I am, consistently. At least that's my opinion. I always get the most monstrous opponents. My bet is that the opponent I'm facing is also a Smurf, but we'll have to see through in games quick rapidity. If you're very quick at something, you're likely a suspect. Sometimes I like, even for me, it's like difficult to do things that fast. And for me, if you're doing things this fast, it means that you did it time and time again. I don't mind losing all my games here. It's just that if I find a Smurf account, someone I believe is a Smurf account, I will bust him and I will call him out as Smurf. I don't need to have a reputation to like a top elo player to identify or understand if I'm being cheated in the game. And those who think that, oh, you need to be already a reputable player in order to identify if you're being Smurf or not. No, you just don't need to be a coward or a hypocrite because some of you are, unfortunately, when they address the Smurf issues. They don't want to address. They just shovel the problem. They just like look the other way. It's a very convenient way of addressing problems, right? Pretend the problem doesn't exist. Oops, now there will be a house, and I will be housed for a little bit. Actually, I will not be housed because I did this. There's already score discrepancy, so a likely possibility of facing a Smurf account. I tell the players to keep trolling on the lower elos, canceling the natural progression of players because we're constantly forced to fight 2k clowns or 3k clowns. They're just coming. And if the fan base of AO2 is more interested with uh, the new red phosphorus strategies instead of the fairness of games, it tells a lot about what is wrong in this game. Because I tell you, popularity is not a reflection of righteousness. Seldom and very often in life, the popular people are the very responsible for a society's demise. In a corrupt and decadent society, popularity does not win. Popularity is the cause for like the worst. If you're like me, you suspect that the popular people are like corrupt or people without principles who like to just weasel out. And the reason is we have in like very lost society principles. But whatever, principles are what? A language for stupid people, right? Or poor people. And poor people have principles. So if you have principles, you're poor, right? You just start to make those kinds of assumptions. Decadence. And I keep saying decadence breeds decadence. Just because some of you like it, that doesn't mean I like it. That's the difference. Already 9 minutes, and whoa, 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 and what is this? It's 9 minutes in this particular map, and you already are feudal. Like, what a champ are you? Well, wait, I think he's a smurf. I tell you that I'm going to be steamrolled already by the signal of this player, and I'm 90% sure I'm going to report him for smurfing. Like 90% sure. Yeah, it's open, but it's open because I'm also facing a smurf who probably is already like going for hyperspeed castle age because everything is based on super speeds and I cannot go faster than the fastest guy on earth, right? Like, who cares about giving fair chances in this game? Smurf because Smurf. He knows about the heights here, and so I'm going to report him. Just because of that, I busted him. So it's a Smurf account. Things like that. A 900 elo player who pushes me for heals, who comes at least 300 points above in terms of score, who is able to go feudal age by 9-10 minutes. Smurf. Busted. Let's continue, Smurf. Uh, let's have your clown. No, I just make them look like idiots, and I will make look them like idiots. If they want to have fun in this game, I'll take away all their fun, and I'll feel proud of that. Because in the same way they've cancelled my fun hours so many times, I will also cancel their fun, and I will spoil it in the only means I can. It didn't even respond, right? For the Smurf, it's important to Smurf and cheat without being caught. And if you're caught, it's like a bad. It's already very bad for you. Like that guy who was very smart and got caught in the tournament, right? By midweek past week, he got a 3-year life ban. He was so smart that he never thought he would get caught, right? Yet he got caught by Smurfing. This is the evidence that Smurfing takes place in RE2. If one person Smurfs, everybody else can Smurf. I do remember the days where people were just like downplaying at every single attempt my posts on concerning Smurfing. I even got censorship on the Reddit forums every single time I tried to post those Smurf issues. And curiously, when somebody else was posting those issues, they already got the voice. But never mind, these posts about Smurfing, they kept appearing, and I was okay with that. Because probably for some of you, Smurfing is just those blue creatures, and it's a way to divert attention to the real matter. Sure, be my guest. We went for scouts. And guess what? If the guy is Japanese, he's going for fishing ships. Oh, he's going for scouts rush. Interesting. That's good. I like that. Is this closed? Yeah, I think it is. I need to be careful though, because you never know what he comes up with. Shits, forgot about that. Let's do this. I already busted. Opponent is a Smurf account. Don't believe he's not. He never even replied. And I would be outraged if somebody told that I would be a Smurf account when I'm not. Like, people know me and they know how strongly I am against those. So if you call me a Smurf knowing that I'm so open against Smurf accounts, you're just a coward or a piece of shit. You're a human trash if you call me a Smurf. Because I'm one of the very few players who still has dignity in this game. That's not a lot, but it still is something. Uh, this, see if this is safe. I think it is. The guy invested in as fast as possible. Sure. The game is match fixed as we're fighting a Smurf account. It's already important to state. I don't care about my small mistakes if I'm already facing somebody who is rigging the game. We have to be clear and transparent in our assessment of things. If you start to comment, yeah, but you could do this. No, he's somewhere doing his shit. I don't believe that. About that. Those are just scouts. Let's remind ourselves that it's not that much of a thing to kill scouts. Problem of being housed and playing against a Smurf. The damages become always higher than if you're just housed against a normal player. This here, that. I need gold. Whoa, already doing siege. And a castle. And my god. This is like a copy pasta. Always a copy pasta. So now I'll be forced to do like what? This is already a Smurf. Siege, castle, that it's still A, B, C. A, B, C. I really feel sorry for people who cannot see that because they refuse to see facts. There is something even more tragic than the Smurf accounts, and that's the people who keep um, denying their existence. I don't have enough gold for the mangonels. Let's make some vision thing here. He's retreating behind because he also knows about Byzantine line of sight. And you tell me this guy's not a Smurf? My god, blatant hypocrisy of this in this game. I could use those, right? I feel like I should be doing these here. What the heck are these villagers doing? That's a Smurf account, 29 minutes Imperial Age, Smurf confirmed. You come at 900 or 800 or 600 elo, this kind of thing, it's because you're Smurf. And don't come to me with the shit that, yeah, but you're Byzantine, you can go fast in. No, I'm not a freaking 3k player in this, guys. I'm not going to max out the strategies of this civilization because I'm not supposed to know it. Freaking degenerate, look at this. Will I have time to spam units? Because the guy can also spam units. I won't have time to research ballistics because the guy's just rush, capped rams. It's ridiculous. This is just plain ridiculous. Even the things are perfectly trapped. Everything is perfect, right, Mr. Perfection? Now that's too much misfortune here. Ah, you didn't like that, Smurf, right? Everything is developed to the most pinpoint accuracy. That was good. He already has like 3,000 castles. This game is like complete douche. Smurf. This is a Smurf. I can't play with this. I don't feel well about this comeback. So third Smurf. I would call them scums each time. So you know that's how I feel, how they make me feel. You know that while you keep cheering for 5K ELO players, I'm going to be steamrolled. And I know some of you like me to be steamrolled because you set it up, but I didn't, and I don't like it. And I tell you, I don't like rigged games, and I don't like the people behind rigged games. So this is my way to fight a system which is unfair in essence and corrupt. The word corrupt should ring strong on you. I will show you that this player was corrupt because the game, it was too fast. I could not fight. I could not do anything. It's just arena clownery, and I don't buy it. I don't buy it. So this one was also a Smurf. So, and you know when I say Smurf, it means that the result was rigged. Uh, every time I play against a Smurf account, I'm bound to lose. And you know that 99% of my games in AE2 lately are forced imposed losses. You know why? Because they want it that way. I'm not having fair games. Some are having, but I'm not. I don't know what kind of magic they have. I don't know what kind of uh, club they possess, but it's just corrupt. It's corrupt. And in plain eyesight, I expose this. We're going to have a Smurf video, guys, whether you like it or not. I don't like to be smurfed. So in the same way that you like to screw my games, I will screw the so-called good opinion about this game outside. You shit on me, I'll shit on you with interests. That's how it works. And I'm absolutely proud of that. I don't like people who just like they're not teaching me anything. Of course, they're teaching me that they're pathetic excuses for human beings. And I will also say that it's harassment because using a Smurf account to harass lower elo players. This is a player who is just using another Smurf account to troll on players who are legitimately fighting for a fair game. And some of you are totally okay with that, right? You're just totally fine. You don't give a shit. I do. Remember that when you see my elo going to zero, remember that the morals of this game are below zero. So you can see my elo as a hope for this game. If my elo goes to zero, it means the game's credibility is zero. And I will be happy with that. I really will be happy with that because it shows that the game is massively rigged. And I like to expose it to other people. Because one thing is the community of people like the DOE2 Smurfs who continuously comment on the same shit with their same Reddit accounts, brigading and saying the same shit. And another is when those things are exposed for plain eye to see in YouTube and everywhere else. You can't fight the truth, buddies. It's out there. So I expose. I already know this player, and I think it's a Smurf. He's very inactive. For me, that is a Smurf. That's his profile. Something kind of strange. Inactive, strange, right? Oh, wait, perhaps because I had 3 seconds of forced pause, perhaps that will determine the outcome of the game. And that if I had started the game with 3 seconds earlier, I could have won the game, right? Let's not clown us, right? Let's not be that clown. It's not because I do a perfect game that I have any chance against somebody with smurfing. I do have a chance in busting Smurfs. That's the only thing I can do. That's the only thing that I really can control in this game. If I don't see any evidence of the guy being Smurf, well, that'll be an exception among the first 1,000 players I play against, kind of. It's not the players keep getting better, it's the Smurfs are getting worse. And it's quite kind of an irony that the very players like me who have been improving a lot are being penalized even more. They're being even more sanctioned as if they would knew less than 3 years ago, which is pathetic. Which is pathetic what you're doing in this game. And it's a sign of, just what I don't want. What I don't want in this game. Like you a lot of people have allowed this game to become a community of clout, where to play with Smurf or no Smurf is irrelevant. What matters is to play. I just want to play. I just want my dope, my dose of AE2. I need dope. I don't care about who plays. I just want to play. Wow, like ridiculous. This is really how we failed as a society. Instead of having like healthy people coming here online for their free time, we have these compulsive Smurfs um, who are only good at shitting on others. Well, of course, those who don't play this game or never play this game, they don't understand the problematic of Smurfs. If you play any other types of games like Marvel Rivals and popular games, You understand that Smurfs are very annoying in Fortnite and company. But those are the popular games. And you know what happens with the popular games? If it's a popular games, everybody will look at it. And the problem you feel, it's like the problem of everybody. But when you're not playing a popular game, it's like the problem of smurfing is suddenly no longer important because there's not that many people to witness it. The double standards of hypocrisy is just bewildering in the gaming industry at some time. And for me, it's just, I find it like, in a way, amusing, but at the same time ridiculous that the opinion of higher elo players is valid more than the opinion of lower elo players. As if elo is a measure of your conscience, of your capacity to understand what's wrong in this game. It's ridiculous. And yeah, I don't have a point where I feel shame. I just don't give a fuck. And it's never a good idea if you put me to this kind of situation. You can, because it means that you don't respect people, right? Anyway, I'm sure that there are more people in the world who are disgusted about smurfing and who, like me, will speak about it and will not just cower up and pretend that, act like cowards and pretend, no, no, the smurfing issue doesn't exist. You're just making it up. Or I don't care. I just care about the thrills I get. Actually, I just had one reveal there. Good thing about this. The guy was very fast moving his scouts. Do we have another Smurf candidate? Potentially. Oops. Houses. I would also like to know, like, if we exposed all the players who Smurfed on me, you probably would be surprised about who their identities were. And I bet they're the top players of AoE2. Like they resent, they feel a certain hidden hatred where they like to like bully me, and because I denounce and oppose their smurfing, they become even like more angry. So they, "Oh, okay, let's smurf offline and pretend and act clowns like the problem doesn't exist." Ridiculous. Yeah, I stopped queuing a villager, but at least I don't shit on people with smurf accounts. That's the difference. And some of you refuse to recognize that difference. This guy's a smurf. You're like already inside my base, like you're too fast, buddy. You're trying to prey out on every single of my weaknesses too fast. This kind of thing I'm doing is the only legitimate answer for players who are not Smurfs. And okay, you're busted instantly. That this already is a Smurf account confirmed. Smurf account harassing, like bullying lower kilo players. You come with excuses of, are you shitting me or are you shitting people? Pathetic excuses. You look ridiculous, Smurf. I know perfectly well what League of Legends is, and I also know what being a liar is. So this guy is not playing League of Legends. It's just a coward, a piece of shit, and we unmask it. That's already another Smurf. Let's add him here to the list. Instantly realized that the very thing that these Smurfs come is always denial, calling you stupid. I don't care a shit about other games in the world. So why are you talking about onions if I'm talking about AoE 2? Why are you talking about tears if I'm talking about the fact that you are smurfing on this game? Pathetic, man. Guys, seriously, distantiate yourself from people like this kind of player who replied with grins, with disrespectful sarcasm, who cannot understand that they're lying and think that other people are stupid. Distantiate yourself from these people. There's much greater merit in speaking out against Smurf accounts than playing against them until the end. I'm going to put his name out because it is a Smurf account, and we're here more interested in finding the Smurf accounts than to actually win against unwinnable games. It's one of the things I learned. You don't fight games where you're bound to be the loser before the game starts. And if you refuse to play those games, you are the winner. So that's exactly what I'm doing. By the way, his account is here. He's fairly inactive lately. I was looking at his 1v1s. This is my aim of the stream, to unmask each and every of the Smurf accounts that the devs refuse to look at. It's not just Smurf account for a Smurf account. It's a Smurf accounts that the devs are not looking. How can someone who plays another game completely different is already like very high score and all those things? You name it, because he was lying. I bet he's already like Castle Age, which is like the meta. Now the meta is going Castle Age at minutes 19, 18. The meta of Smurfs, so to speak. Imagine if those would be honest players. Imagine. But you know, you can't imagine because the games are rigged. Eh? What was that? We lost so many good people in this game because of the constant refusal to address what's wrong. And I think that's shameful. Of course, I care about those issues, but a lot of you don't give a shit, and that's why I'm speaking. For you, it's more okay. If I can grow and have a good game, I'll stay. If I don't, I'll leave. You don't understand that this actually can be more interesting, right? If everybody's got a fair game. This is the only time where we have similar timings, but you also see the squirt. He's cooking something. And for sure, he did not do the wheelbarrow because you can't do the wheelbarrow in these circumstances these days. Ah, spears. Okay. Oh, castle drop. Okay, okay, buddy. The problem is I don't have husbandry. What the? Why my knight goes exactly where you don't want it to go? Knights. He's going for that. This is open. Perfect. I'll hold that castle hostage, and I will build a siege workshop, perhaps. I'll also put this. No, you know what I will do? I will do a siege workshop. Wow, wow, wow. I'm killing his economy, dude. I'm killing his economy. Okay, okay, buddy. Sure thing. I'll dehouse him. And I need more golds too. We need pikes as well. Oops, houses. We actually go. Are you trying to draw my attention to that? Let's go imp and bring those things. Let's go south as well. Another river camp. Farms. That's fortunately I have some logistical issues here. We lost a lot of vills. Monastery. Uh, that because I need some place to build that. Skirmishers. I could do these upgrades too. I'm sure we'll attack. What the heck is this, man? It's a Smurf. Smurf, 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 right? Smurf, Smurf, Smurf. So if it's Smurf, 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 it's another rigged game, right? Well, how can I not win a rigged game? This is ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. You don't throw up. It's just this guy's smurfing. Ridiculous amount of. What the heck is this dude? Get me those things out. I really don't know how to fight these Romans. Anyway, we'll just counterattack. Let's finish these Centurions, man. They're not that tough. I don't believe it. Freaking dudes. He's got higher military. That's why he's swarming me. It's just Centurion, Centurion, Centurion. He's using his spikes to deplete me. I'll have to use infantry and skirmishers. This is ridiculous. No, no, no. This is like a Smurfed game. Like, what the heck is this? What is this shit? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. He's clowning me. Big time. He's just clowning me. He's clowning me completely. What is this? Can you have any rational explanation for this scumbag? I don't know. Like insane. Not sure. He's so smart that he managed to completely cancel my economy. Fortunately, I don't think I'll be able to kill that trap. Of course, now you have those, and if I don't have onagers, I'm dead. It's a nightmare. The score from this dude is just unthinkable. For a normal player, at least. It's thinkable for a Smurf, yeah. He's going to come with those shits. I'm done with those. Ridiculous. Clown going after every single of the relics in the map. Perfect clown. He left. He's so smart. I'll get him. Don't have bombard towers. Forgot about that aspect. I forgot about so many aspects in this game, namely how to play against a Mega Smurf. He's already pop capped. I guarantee you that. Like a perfect Smurf. Of course, you have to be pop capped. How wouldn't you be? This is just unthinkable, the time it takes to build so much houses. There was somebody who said that Byzantines don't take longer to build. They take longer to build. Whoever was saying that is not true. Little by little, but his score is much higher than mine. He's hiding. I don't like it. Halbards. Oh, that is something. He's trying to outspam us with centurions. Yeah, yeah, try that. Be my guest. Just deploy my army over there. Elite Centurions. No, 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 no. You come here. What is this? Disgusting. Playing against Mega Smurf. And I have to build those things. I also would like to have like more gold. Can we repair this using the attack run, huh? Good. One less of those. Need more of those. Um, no, no. More spam. More traps. No, back. Oops. Ouch. Ouch. I also need this, that. Word cannons. Smurf. Smurf piece of shit. Smurfing the way out of this. This Smurf is disgusting. Oh my god. This. When will this guy ever stop smurfing like a piece of shit? Like a true piece of shit he is. He's smurfing. It's all the relic gold now. Took all the gold in the freaking map. The guy is crazy. The problem is I don't have like the compositions I'd like to have. Markets. Do we have markets? Probably not. And if we have, well, we have it here. What a freaking smurf this guy is. This is disgusting. You're you're a big smurf. Rigged. This is a rigged game. I was right. Huh. You have 25 team games, 25 1v1s. Clown. This is a clown game. And if you think it's not a clown, you're a clown yourself. So you're a freaking clown. What's your real elo? Clown? Because I know you're one. That's on stream. And this is another piece of shit, as you see. Hyper Mega Smurf, another scumbag. And it is what it is. No words, cowards. You're a piece of shit. You're a shitty person. You can't even say your main account. This is not normal for a dude. Like I'll get instantly steamrolled by a clown. And surprise of surprise, out of 4 games, I lost to all fours. Are you surprised? Yeah, I will not be surprised because that's the clown game. And some of you actually like me to play clown games because they don't like me to get fair games. And he's watching. You're two cowards. You just watch. No balls to say you're real elo. So it's like a coward because if you defeat and stampede somebody, it's just you're a coward. And I was right. Out of 4 games, 4 were Smurfs, and this one I think was the most gigantic Smurf, like the first one. This is like the Smurf letter at this stage. It's uh Hyper Mega Smurf Scum versus Hyper Mega Smurf Scum, and anybody who is not a Smurf doesn't stand a chance. We play and we just like lose our time, lose our elo, and our elo will get back to 0. You say 50% win rate. That's not win rate. If every time I play, I face these Smurf monsters. And yeah, that disappoints me because it feels like some of us can have fair games, and people like me are always given the worst games. I can't help it, but I feel like discrimination in this freaking community. Perhaps you like me to be discriminated, but I will talk about it. And it's just sad that you do this to people like me. Perhaps you want this, right? The need to humiliate people who have not had the same opportunities as you on a course of life is so tantamount to your need to suppress and cancel anybody. You don't want the sun to shine, right? So you put everything cloudy and you prevent people from showing their skills. Like, what should I do? Tell me, tell me what should I do to face these Smurf monsters? I don't know. And you know, because I don't know, or the only logical answer is you're not supposed to know because you're supposed to lose each time you queue against those. I'm making a video about those Smurfs. So we might get 7 because I intend to do like some 6 or 7 games, clown games. Because let's look. Let's look at the games I already had and how many of these games translated into victories. So you understand a bit what's going on here. Instead of arranging by time, I will show you by games because the last games were just ridiculous. I am facing the top, perhaps top 5 or top 10 AoE2 players. Look me at this. Since game 888 or 886 until now, I only lose. How can you explain that you're just subtracted almost 200 elo points in a row? And I had some coward people telling me that this is a Smurf situation. No, no, this is the result of having been Smurfed. Don't be a hypocrite. When a player is forced to incur 10 losses in a row, it's because he has been Smurfed. You just watch the games and you know it. Those games don't last 1 minute, right? You could say that if I would resign upon the first minute on each of these 10 games, it would be a Smurf situation. But if you resign on each of these games after having played at least 20 or 30 minutes, or no. And in one of those cases, I played like 1 hour. Now, just let's look at the number of games that I was forced to lose. Today, at least. Yesterday, everything was like lost, with the exception of one. 6 hours ago, I started to play first against this, I think it's a Viper account. I lost instantly, complete steamroll. Here I also lost against another Smurf, complete steamroll. Then I lost again against another Smurf with no 1v1 with no team games, complete Smurf. This was the only game I was able to win, but if you're smart enough, you realize that this is a Mega Smurf, and this victory came at a very high cost and very long game, 71 minutes. So you instantly realize that to be crushed by Smurf, it takes less than 20 minutes, but to defeat one when it happens after like 20 or 30 games, it takes 1 hour. This is the normal situation of a player who is not smurfing versus a smurf. Now, continue to pay attention. 2 hours ago, that's when we started the session, forced loss against a smurf. 28 minutes. Again, the 20 kind of minutes mark. It just fits. 38 minutes. Same thing. 4 legs. 84 minutes. A complete steamroll by a smurf. And I told you it was a smurf account. They last long, but it's still a smurf game. The guy even was coward because it was so hypocrite. It told about League of Legends. We're talking about AoE2. Why you switch to a different game? What is your main account, you coward? This guy, they they using alter ego accounts to avoid accountability. Let's force them to face accountability. What is the main account of this bastard? I think that if we would find the main account of these smurfing bastards and ban them from the game, something would start to happen. Something. You might say it's a crusade. I like it. I have more balls than many of you, just like, you know, keep looking at the other way and say, no, it's okay. It's fine if you get smurfed. I don't give a shit. After all, as long as I continue okay. I don't come on the online hours, of course. I forgot that part. There's the good hours and there's the bad hours. And I always get the bad hours by some extraordinary magic miracle, and I always lose against Smurfs by some extraordinary magic, which I still have not devised or understood how it happens. But someday, perhaps a 2-year-old toddler might explain it to me. Until then, I will just keep playing and making videos on YouTube regarding the Smurfs scumbags, who are just scourge in this game. They're a scourge in every online game, but particularly this one. And they're miserable human beings. They're miserable because You think they make me feel miserable? No, no. I just put the shitty content they give, and I explain to you these guys are cheaters. These guys are playing the game using 200, 500, or 600 hidden accounts, and they just normalize it to bully others. And occasionally, sometimes I get the players to say, "Oh, we're sorry that happens to you." To be sorry is not enough. Because if you're sorry and if you're smurfing yourself, you're not sorry. You're not freaking sorry. You just don't give a fuck. And if you are sorry, then you should stop following smurf accounts or people who smurf. I think that's the right step. We already have in this session 4 smurfs detected, 4 game steals, and I'm not playing here for elo, because if I'd be playing for elo, I would have like destroyed the profile long ago. You don't want me to succeed. I know it. I know the top elo players come and they create profiles where I am to make sure that I do not rise. They're cowards. They see that I have skills, but they need to cancel me so that I cannot rise. And so they do this to kind of humiliate me and to lead to others, to the public, that, okay, these players don't have high elos, so they're not as strong as people who have high elos. It's a way to like get the views. They do this to on the two purpose, to humiliate the person and also to get the viewers, because they like to consider the viewers as some kind of sheep flock, imbeciles who just go for the players who have higher elos. And I tell you, if I see a lack of ethics, I just stand away. If I see that the player, any AoE2 streamer, has like no open position against smurfing, um, refuses to acknowledge the damage it is doing to people like me. I don't care if they don't get the damage, somebody else is getting the rain. And if it's raining on somebody else's roof, it's raining on everybody's. So I will just be exposing these guys. If you feel uncomfortable about it, if you need to rant and ranty poll and do shit, I'll always be watching my YouTube, and I will easily cut those comments where they try to support smurfing. Now, these 4 situations I've exposed are deliberate smurfs, and we'll be getting smurfs during the whole session. It's different when you play this game not because you want to have fun, but because you're just proving the point that it's infected with smurfs. And I will find smurfs, 3K smurfs, until the lowest elo. You don't need to be the guy who just clowned his way to the tournament past week and who got that 3-year ban because of using smurf accounts. Because a lot more people are doing like him. They're smurfing and they're doing it outside of tournaments. So that's exactly what I'm pointing. This community is filled with hypocrisy, and I'll use this. Of course, complaining about smurfing is HB. I forgot about that. We need to speak uh, to the police, like to say why this is hate speech, and why not allowing fair games is hate speech as well. So Smurf account to bully lower below players. I'm doing this like a public service. I don't get any gratification. I don't get anything. I'm just doing it because I'm proving a point that this game is infected with people without integrity, with people who are the worst of society, who come here to just shit on others, and who are creating a bullying space in internet. I'm not talking about the good players who are playing amongst themselves and stick to that. I talk about those who abuse and create Smurf accounts to trash people. And that's the very thing I'm pointing. We'll keep finding more Smurfs, I tell you. By the way, I'll just be looking at this piece of shit of Smurf. First, this account that I was telling you about, like this previous dude, this previous scumbag. Let's call them by what they are. I refuse to call them human beings because they're not. A human being would not act in such coward manner by creating Smurf accounts. You would just do play with your main account. This account was created November the 9th, 2025. Like, hello, how this is not Smurfing? November 9th, 2025. So by the day I'm recording or doing this, it's 11 November 2025. Between 9 and 11 November, how many days? Two, right? So 2 days. How come it possible? How come it be that in 2 days this happens? Either I'm Assassinin or I'm playing against a Smurf. I'm playing against the Smurf account this time, so I'm going to dodge him. It's Ashiat. I am already fixing him. This is a Smurf dodge, probably another Hera clone account. You know, players who like to Smurf on others and have fun by shitting on other people and not acknowledging that what they're doing is just repulsive for the general populace and the human beings. You know, just because they're with a group of friends that normalizes these harassing behaviors, that doesn't mean the behavior is excusable. So this is a Smurf touch. And I will tell you why it is. It is because previous to the game, this gamer, which is Asiat7, the guy I'm putting on chat right now, that's the guy I was facing with spectator dashboards. And I thank spectator dashboards for each of these situations because if I would not have spectator dashboards, I would just have to play the game and realize within the game if I would be playing against a Smurf. Not a single, not a single gamer I was playing today was not a Smurf. All of them were Smurfs and high tier Smurfs. Where are the hypocrites that I remember months ago who were telling me that, oh, everybody's a Smurf, everybody's a Smurf? Where are they? You know why they're not here? They're not here because they know I'm telling the truth and they cannot fight this. So the only way they have is to cower and to just uh, put their heads in the sand like ostriches in order to avoid facing accountability. Accountability is their kryptonite, actually. So you already here see that this player has no team games. No team games, an account that is aged since 2020. We're in 2025. How is it possible that in 5 years, this clown piece of shit has not managed to play a single team game? And if you look upon it carefully, this account is mainly inactive, like 6 days ago, 5 days ago. And only when I come online, you're going to play with me. What a surprise. So it was a Smurf busted, easily. We already have five Smurfs detected, and 1, 2, 3 games played. In 5 games that I could potentially, and in 3 games that I played, I already detect 5 Smurfs. This means there is a ratio of more than 1 Smurf per game. What I want to prove here is when you're queuing for the system as a normal player who is starting this game, or as a player who was kind of playing semi professionally for 2 years, you're not going to have a chance. You're not going to have a chance because you're going to face each time these individuals. And it's not possible to rise. I'm sorry. It's just not possible. They want to make it impossible. Right now, I tell you that when I'm commenting on this, there are a few players online who are just saying, when is he queuing? When is he queuing? It's their only concern. They don't care about what they're doing. And here my concern is to get each and those who are smurfing on me. And I give reliable evidence as I post. Like I'm not doing like the Smurf list as before, not because it was ridiculous, because it was not. It's because I'm not going to put effort where you're not giving valuation of that effort. But here I just prove it. It's in plain sight. It's so easy to see that a profile that is 5 years old and has no team games is a clown account. Whoever tells you that it's not the case is just a hypocrite. And what a surprise that the first game that this dude is playing, or would be playing because obviously I denied him through dodging, it would be against me. You might say it's a coincidence. It's never a coincidence if this guy barely is active and has no team games. You'd say maybe you would get a win against him. If I'm facing a Smurf, the game is already robbed, man. And here my point is just to catch them. So far it has been easy. I mean, in earlier days, I used to have a lot of difficulty understanding if it was either my skills or if it was like something strange. Yeah, of course, they were like flagrant cases of Smurfs. Those were easily identifiable. But because I didn't have basic stuff, I couldn't know it. By the stage now, like I seen so many games I did played, and don't come to me with the shitty excuse of you still need to improve. No, no, I don't need to improve against 3K clowns in disguise. You know it perfectly well. And I'll always be fighting against rigged arguments. If you throw shit to me and expect me to buy it, I won't buy it. Because 90%, if not 99% of the forced losses I get on 1v1s are against Smurf accounts. Against non-Smurf players, I generally defeat them most of the time. That is when I face them in the ladder system. Curiously, that's not what happens when I'm facing the 1v1s because I always get the worst opponents. And I'm sorry to break it out, but I feel like the top players are watching me and they want to make sure that I get punished and deranked in a way. Like, they know that I stand against so many wrong things, and they just want to keep the status quo of hypocrisy. Like, why would you not talk about Smurf accounts, man? It's the most flagrant issue of this game. People are just too weak-minded these days. No wonder they have depression and conscience problems. Not surprised. So I'll report this guy for being a Smurf account. No team games. Devs, just do your work. You get the reports, you get what's written in the reports. You also have access to AV2 insights, right? Or don't tell me that you don't know how to use the internet. You don't know to come here, AV2 insights, to look at the player I report. You cannot look that the guy has no team games. Is that too difficult for you? You need to get back to kindergarten. Please make efforts because it's so obvious. Even small kids can find this out. Jesus. Let's find more clowns, please. Like there's more fish in the sea here. Uh, I keep playing with anything because the point here is to bust Smurfs. If you're smart enough, you realize that um, that's the only way I have, because all these people, time and time again in the previous months, they were systematically canceling my progress. Instant matchmaking. I don't even need to wait. Bans the I don't know what, another Smurf account. Bans still on. And again, it's a Smurf account. And again, we have to Alt F4. Wonderful, right? Wonderful. It's this player which I exactly figured out. I'll put you on screen right now. So stay tuned. Boom. Another one. So you know what we do? Smurf dodge. This is the sixth. Pants de Leon. It's the guy who was being matchmaked on second two. Um, and I'm going to put you the hyperlink for that. Here it is. So you do have access to the same kind of information as I do. And the reason that he's a Smurf, just by a quick look, is the level 3. Also, Pants de Leon, it's like Ponce de Leon. It's like A is for archers, H for arch. Look me at this. You just can't give credibility to players like this. You also know that he's a D ranker artificially. He goes for 1100 and then boom, 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 just down. Strange. Let's see what kind of level 3 award he got. Explorer. Interesting. How many people have level 3 Explorer? Basically, you explored more than 3/4 of the map, at least 3/4 of the map. Let's keep watching. The 0.4%. Can somebody tell me that this guy is not a Smurf? How is this guy not a Smurf if he has an award that less than 4 out of 1,000 players have in AE2? Less than 0.4% of the entire player base do possess this attribute. How can you say that this is not a Smurf? Like level 1 or level 2, I don't give a shit about that. But level 3, how's it possible? Smurf. So easily spotted. And that's why I like to put you the facts straight into the face. So good to see this kind of thing. Now I'll restart the game, and we might have a 7 Smurf, right? Because they're all queuing. There's plenty of Smurfs in the Smurf Sea, I tell you. And we're going to bust them. Probably one or two more at least. I mean, I might play a game just to play it, but the game will be unplayable, so I'll first bust one or two more Smurfs, like by the system. I also need to ban the Smurf accounts, which I'll do. So this Ponce de Leon is gonna get banned. This is a Smurf account. The reason is level 3 awards held by 0.4% of AV2 players. I think that's already a significant element. There are many, but this is already one. You don't need more of it. It's too strange. Level 1 and level 2, I'm tired and kind of sick in a good way of that, but when I see level 3, something is strange. Every time I see a level 3 tire and I really don't know the player, it is suspicious. We're busting them, guys. We are busting. A lot of Smurfs. A lot of scoundrel. This is like Gotham City, right? And I'm here to bust them. The elo is just irrelevant. You can erase the elo and see the person before. The name, like the gamer, is more important than anything else. Because at least my voice is credible. I don't have a shit of Smurf accounts to hide, and two faces and 5 masks to hide 10 more masks. I don't have that. I don't need that. Masks are for cowards. Some of you are, but I'm obviously more decent. Decency is a word you'll never know. You'll never know. I'll check this fish and let's see if it's a big fish. It is. It is. Dagamon is a Smurf account. It's ridiculous. Every time I'm being matchmaked against a Smurf. And I'll put you the link for that. So this is already our 7th scum account detected. Each thing at a time. Please be a little patient. That's Dagamon, the player I was being matchmaked thanks to my friend Spectator Dashboard, the only friend who is telling me who I would be facing. And you also see instantly that he has level 3 awards, instant suspicious. Yeah, he's fairly active, but understand one thing. If you get level 3 awards, you're suspicious. Also, it's very strange that he never managed to go up 1000. And arranging this by time, this account has been since 2020. You never managed to get to 1000. I mean, I even managed to get to 1000. How come it possible that you get level 3 awards and you never managed to get there? I never managed to get level 3 awards, and I perfectly went like 1000 several times on the course of 3 years. Busted. There you have a link for the Smurf degenerate trash. Let's see the level 3 award he has. It's also Explorer. The same dude, the same types of dude who have the same kind of percentage. It's ridiculous. I actually bet that it could have been the same player as Panstilleon. It's just another account owned by him or something similar. Because both were from the US. And also both have this account, the Explorer thing. What I want to say is that although a player might change its playstyles on different accounts, you are likely to see patterns of a player who keeps the same play or very similar plays in each of the accounts they own. That's how you bust them, because you know it's like that person playing. You feel something is strange when, irrespective of the name, you see, oh, I've seen this kind of play by another player. I think this could be him exactly. So you already have seven Smurfs detected out of a total of one, two, three games. Wow! In 3 games, three were Smurfs, and we have four Smurf dodges. I mean, it's no wonder that this game is going to the damn hell. It's going to the damn hell because you like it this way. I mean, it's so blatant. I even look at the evidence I collected on my chat box, and it's just overwhelming. I'm restarting, and let's see if we get an 8. I mean, until we get 3 hours, I'll have like this habit from now on. I'll keep these sessions until I get like 3 hours to get Smurfs within that frame of time. And then we publish the video. The idea is for each Smurfing session, which is basically every session, we're going to publish the videos. The motivation is since these people cancel me my rights and prerogative to fair games, and they have been doing so for a very long time, where my elo is basically divided by 2, by 3, or by 4, or by 6, I don't give a shit, the would-be elo, then my kind of sweet revenge is doing this. It's just justice. I show that these guys are cheaters. And it's no longer something that only the devs have access because I publish, I show it to you. They cannot claim secrecy. Everybody sees it. It's plain obvious in plain sight. And when something is obvious in plain sight and somebody says it's not a Smurf, you know that they're clowns. Exposing things is important in this game and in so many others. Like exposure is the ultimate form of uh, denouncing abuses. I'm restarting the game, but it's taking some time. Yeah, you probably might be surprised by this kind of format, but I'm actually like in a way not just happy, but at least I'm guiding things in the right direction. Because I also think about the players who've been constantly bullied, and I just understand the pain they've been through. Why is the game not starting? Maybe we just have some problem. Though I did press the game. So what's going on with that particular game? Perhaps they don't even let me start. Who cares? They're so angry about the fact that I speak about these Smurf issues that they don't even want to let me play because I expose them. Then it just proves my point that this game is filled with Smurf accounts. Something is wrong about the game. It's not starting. Um, I might just leave it here as well. To sum up, let's look at the quantity of Smurfs we already captured. Um, this in this disgusting Smurf session. So this was the first. Obviously, we think very much for those who can link this guy to his main account. That's the first. The second one was this one. You see, this one. The third, this one. Sometimes I play a game against the Smurfs and sometimes I don't because it depends on if I get sufficient data based on what I see before the game to conclude if they're Smurf accounts or not. They're not all obvious. So this is another one. Then this one was the greatest piece of shit we found in the session. Spanish Smurf account. So there you have it. It's just another Spanish Smurf high-low player piece of shit, basically. And this one after that from Canada. So no team games. This one was strange. Then this one, it's the Smurf again, and literally as you can see, and I easily bust them all. You don't need like too much powerful hardware to figure this out on your own. And the last one, until AoE2 just refuses to start, it's this. All these were Smurfs detected in this session in like 2 hours and 30 or 30 something. I really would like to start the game for at least one last time, but I might just publish this video, leave it as it is with Smurf accounts detected. I will not even put like a long description, it's just Smurfs detected during a gaming session. And I'll put it like that, just a single line. Because if you want to focus on the evidence, you just listen like any reasonable person and you watch it. And the evidence will be published because it's going to be on the pages. And every time I come around, for a session like AoE2, I will be publishing those in the 1v1s. Smurfs. Like video about Smurfs found. Right? Since the game is not starting, what I will do is like I will restart my PC and all those things, and then I might check if at least it's playable. Like I might play offline, the team games, but I really don't care at this stage. At this stage, I'm more concerned about doing the 1v1s to bust the Smurf cheaters. Yeah, something is wrong. The game is not starting, or somebody is preventing me to start the game. Hackers are also everywhere. Either ways, I will leave it here. Um, I personally think it's a disgrace that you see so many Smurfs in a single session. And yeah, I also have been doing like talking for a significant time because if I would be queuing for the games, I would even find much more Smurfs. I'll see if I come during the rest of the week. That depends. And the aim will always to be to mask each and every of Smurf accounts I find. Um, it was productive in the way that I managed to find 7 cheaters disrupting the ladder system, and also to find people who are like using subterfuges, um, just bullying other people from the game and preventing them to get any enjoyment. So I think I'm doing public service by exposing these people because they're trashing the gaming community. So until next time, because I will be coming with more, and in the sea full of Smurfs, I'm sure I'll be finding more on the coming days. Stay tuned and keep fighting the Smurf Scourge. The video will be published soon in the YouTube. and I will always like be watching if there's any positive update. I will only be looking at the positive kind of reviews about the Smurfs. This is like the place where everybody can see and witness with their own eyes what's going on. So until then, see you in the next time.